our first introduction into the Suzuki system normally. And it's the first thing everybody sees, and it's the first thing, I guess, that potentially frightens people away, because it's quite an intense exercise that we do. So you have a relationship to the ground, and that relationship to the ground is normally that you walk on top of it, or you don't think about it at all. What we want you to do with the stomping exercise is to allow us to renegotiate our relationship with the ground, because you'll feel your feet a lot more. It's quite a simple exercise, but there's a few things that you need to go through before you start in order to be able to do it effectively. Now, it's not about whacking the floor with your feet, because that defeats the purpose of creating sensitivity, which is one of the purposes of the stomp. To eradicate habits that you have, to develop a new connection to the floor, to develop energy inside your body. When you hit the floor really, really hard, you lose that sensitivity. But by the same token, if you hit the floor really soft, you also don't really get much out of it. You've got to hit the floor reasonably hard in order to feel something, to be able to develop sensitivity, to be able to develop strength. So it's all about the center. Your chest sits atop your pelvis, which sits atop your knees, which sits atop your feet. You don't pitch your chin too far forward, you don't pitch the hips too far forward or the chin back. You're trying to keep everything on top of each other, right? And to remain centered. So you're neither in the past nor are you in the future, you're in the present, right here, right now. Now, it is as simple as lifting your foot up and placing your foot down underneath your center. So underneath that area, if you think of your imaginative center is between your belly button and your pelvis, then that's where you're trying to stomp underneath all the time, okay? And you don't kick your foot back, you don't kick your foot forward, you just lift your foot up, or lift your knee up if you like, and place your foot down. Simple, like that. Now, if you keep the knees locked out like this, it's going to create, it creates like vibrations and tension inside the body, because you're trying to do something really hard up like this, which creates tension up in the chest, under the armpits, right? If you take your knees off the lock here, and you just give them a little bit of a bend, and you work from there, yep, just bend your knees a little bit, yep, and then you just lift up from there and stomp. It feels a little bit like marching. So it is as simple as that, around the space. And then, when we start the music, you just move around the space. So the best thing is to experience it, and then we'll make corrections as we go. And it's an exercise called Shaken All Over, where you do some sort of surfing motif as you move forward. So you are the current of the ocean, you are the crest of the wave, you are a shark 500 meters away, you are the wax on the surfboard, but you are not a surfer. Okay, because then you just sort of get that one spot sort of surfy stuff going on, and it doesn't really work, because we want to give it that idea of moving forward. So it's the idea that you can't literally surf, so we're going to abstract that movement a little bit with this exercise. So you just come forward and improvise as if you were surfing, right? You sort of, and the stick allows you to sculpt a little bit with your body. Right now, at certain moments, the music stops and he goes, there's a big chord, strum, twang, and he goes, shaking all over, right? And I might tell you to shake the stick. So you shake only the stick. Or I might tell you to shake your leg. Or I might tell you to shake your whole body. And when you shake your whole body, the whole body's got to vibrate and shake from the feet up through the body. Keep the head still, but the body shaking, and then still. And then we move on. But all the time we're improvising, we're sculpting with the body, we're testing the body's boundaries. Where can it go? What can I do? How can I allow my body to sculpt through the air, free fall, right? So there's no set pattern, as it were. So it takes us out of that idea of I'm gonna dance. I'm gonna do this rehearsed choreography that I know I can do because I've done it a million times. I want you to find something else.
Oedipus, greatest of men, behold the full tides of misfortune swept over his head. Oedipus, greatest of men, behold the full tides of misfortune swept over his head.